square root of 1 minus x equal to 1 minus x squared. We want to find all possible values of x here. So in first part, we have 1 minus x squared. We use a famous identity that a squared minus b squared equal to a minus b times a plus b. So if we use it here, left hand side we write 1 minus x. Let me write with other color. Okay, left hand side will be 1 minus x. Right hand side 1 minus x squared. We can write 1 squared minus x squared, which is 1 minus x times 1 plus x. Here we work with real numbers, so we consider that inside square root should be at least 0. So 1 minus x should be at least 0, means x should be at most 1. And here, if we consider, we can write 1 minus, so let me rewrite this equation. We can say left hand side is square root of 1 minus x, and right hand side, instead of 1 minus x, I write square root of 1 minus x times square root of 1 minus x times 1 plus x. Now I want to divide both sides by square root of 1 minus x. So at first we should consider in case 1 that if it is 0, because you can't divide by 0. So case 1, if square root of 1 minus x equal to 0, then we raise both sides to the power of 2. 1 minus x equal to 0, then we take x to right hand side, x equal to 1, we switch right hand side and left hand side, x equal to 1, and we can see that in main equation both sides will be 0. So we found one answer of this problem. Now let's analyze case 2. In case 2, square root of 1 minus x is not 0. So if I call this equation star, if we use a star and divide both sides by square root of 1 minus x, 1 equal to square root of 1 minus x times 1 plus x. One way is this. Now, we raise both sides to the power of 2. Also, you could raise both sides to the power of 2 from beginning, and it was okay. So, if we raise both sides to the power of 2, 1 equal to 1 minus x times 1 plus x squared. And we can write it as 1 minus x, 1 plus x, 1 plus x. Now let's multiply. 1 minus x times 1 plus x is 1 times 1, 1. Plus x minus x will be cancelled, minus x times x, x squared, times 1 plus x. Then if we multiply, it will be 1 plus x minus x squared minus x cubed. Okay, now let's simplify 1 and 1. We can subtract 1 from both sides. So x minus x squared minus x cubed equal to 0. X minus x squared minus x cubed equal to 0. Minus x squared minus x cubed. Now we can factorize. How? We can factor from x 1 minus x minus x squared equal to 0. So we have two parts, two cases. The first case is x equal to 0. So let's write it x equal to 0. Let's see. Both sides of main equation will be 1 if x is 0. So it is another answer. X equal to 0. Now let's see if second part is 0. So 1 minus x squared equal to 0. And we can multiply by negative 1 and rearrange it. X squared plus x minus 1 equal to 0. Now for solving this, we should use quadratic formula. Quadratic formula is what? If you have ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, then x equal to negative b plus minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. So here we can say that a is 1, b is 1, c is negative 1. So we can say x equal to negative b, negative 1 plus minus square root of b squared, which is 1 squared minus 4 times 1 times c, which is negative 1, all over 2a, which is 2 times 1. Now, if you simplify this, it will be negative 1 plus minus 1 plus 4 root 5 over 2. Okay, so let's erase all things here that we don't need anymore. And we've reached two answers, and we should see which of them are okay. 1 plus minus root 5 over 2. Main equation was what? Square root of 1 minus x equal to 1 minus x squared. Square root of 1 minus x equal to 1 minus x squared. Now, let me erase this part to have more space. We've calculated x. So, one thing that we can say, because it is a square root of a real number, it is at least 0. So, we can say 1 is less than or equal x squared. So, we can conclude what? We can conclude that x is between 1 and negative 1. Okay? Now, here it's this one we apply to see we should select plus or minus. If we select minus, if x equal to negative 1 minus 5 over 2. We know that here, let me call it double star, x should be greater than or equal negative 1. But we want to prove it's wrong. Then if we multiply both sides by 2, negative 1 minus root 5 is greater than or equal negative 2. It is equivalent that we take negative root 5 to right side and negative 2 to left side. Negative 2 will be positive 2 minus 1, 1. If we raise to the power of 2, because both sides are positive, 1 is less than or equal 5, which is contradiction. So we proved if we select minus, it's impossible. Now we should select plus. If x equal to negative 1 plus root 5 all over 2. So here we should calculate, for example, 1 minus x squared is what? First, 1 minus x squared, which is negative 1 plus root 5 over 2 squared, which you can write 1 minus, if you don't know the formula of raising to the power of 2, you can write it twice. And it will be 1 minus 4, negative 1 is 1, root 5 times root 5 is 5, 5 plus 1, 6, minus root 5 minus root 5 minus 2 root 5. Okay, so let's calculate this. 1 minus x squared, we can say it is 1 minus 6 minus 2 root 5 over 4. 6 minus 2 root 5 over 4. And if we use common denominator, 4 minus 6 plus 2 root 5. 4 minus 6 is negative 2 plus 2 root 5 over 4, which we can say is negative 1 plus root 5 over 2. It was 1 minus x squared. Now we should calculate square root of 1 minus x. So let's calculate square root of 1 minus x. We are considering this case. That x is negative 1 plus root 5 over 2. Negative 1 plus root 5 all over 2. So it will be what? Square root of this number. It is 2 and 2 plus 1 minus root 5. It will be 3 minus root 5 over 2. So I want to prove these two numbers are equal, this and this. So let's see how can we prove. There are lots of ways. One way I can write multiply both numerator and denominator by 2. This is why I want to prove that this one is this squared. So this squared, the denominator will be 4. So here I multiply both numerator and denominator by 2. Then I can say it will be negative 1 plus root 5, 2 times negative 1 plus root 5 over 2. Why? Because as you can see, negative 1 is 1, root 5 is 5, 5 plus 1, 6, and minus root 5 minus root 5 minus 2 root 5, and denominator is 2 times 2, 4. So because we say this times this and each of them is positive, so square root of, for example, t times t, which t is positive, is t. So here the answer is negative 1 plus root 5 over 2. So we've checked it is equal to this. So let's see how many answers we found. One answer this, 3 answers we found. One answer this, its first answer, x equal to 0 second answer, and x equal to 1/3 answer. We found 3 answers for this problem. Okay, if you want to learn important ideas in algebra, calculus, combinatorics, geometry, number theory, feel free to send message to my WhatsApp number to learn 40-50 important formulas that you should learn. And please don't forget to subscribe, turn on the bell, and like the video. Thanks, bye.